Good morning, Optimus. Welcome back. It is a pleasure to see y'all here again. Happy Monday, everybody. It is Monday, June 26th, 2023. Can you believe we're already almost in quarter three? We are almost in Q3. That means Q2 is about to come to an end in a couple of days. Craziness. Anyway, market's looking bullish today. I didn't look at the market calendar, but the market itself is steadily moving, which I like. This is much more my trade style today. There's no news scheduled today, so sometimes no news is good news, and today that happens to be the case. Currently up about 375 on the day. Let's go ahead and get my screen up here. What up, Tiny? Tiny, I was glad to see you and some of the other members talking out this weekend about some trade stuff. So it's just nice to see the community interacting with each other. I appreciate that. All right, so I've been trading at this zone on this upswing here. You can see there's 3 trades, 1, 2, and 3. Definitely got some nice rips through this area. Starting to turn back now, but this turn back I don't think is gonna last that long. I think we'll actually get another attempt up top. But if you notice here, I put a resistance zone. I actually did this long before it hit the spot, but I put a resistance zone based off this section here, right at 4401. 4401.5, and you can see for whatever reason it's hit that exact number a lot of times. You can see it along, this was in the past, like previous, like right before I started trading, and then we got this like dump down off that number, pulled back, consolidated down here along the volume weighted average price around 43.95, and then it came right back up, tested that same zone. And you can see right there at 4401.5, such a specific number. It hit resistance there several times after that. Excuse me. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. I'm going to pull back a little bit on this. So it's pulling back now, once again to the 50 moving average. You can see that right here on this pullback, which was the one that we ended up trading on the Eagle Mantis right there on the 1 minute. We traded on the upswing of that, and that was a bounce off the 50 moving average. And it looks like it could potentially do it again. One thing that makes me a little bit more hesitant on this one versus the previous one that I just traded is that you can see the TTM is actually switching red. Now this one switched red as well, but it very quickly switched to yellow, which was actually what we traded, was on that yellow. Plus, this one dipped heavily below the 50 moving average, so this one might not be as strong as the last one that I just traded. It actually looks like it's a little bit potentially headed towards a trend reversal, unless it's just a really extended ABCD pattern, which would look like this: A, B, C, and then D. Currently, the top of the day is at 4403, and we're at 43.95 at the moment. Market's still up about $6 on the ES. And then oil, I was checking, oil looks a little more, it was like kind of volatile when I sat down, so I was like, I don't really want to trade that. Looks kind of stable now. Looks like oil will probably get this crossover here. My guess is in about 5 to 10 minutes. And then this crossover here would look probably pretty good for a nice upswing. You can see that this 200 moving average has acted pretty strongly as resistance on oil as well. So might be looking for a 10-second crossover on oil. But that is that's a little ways out. I'll just throw an alert up for let's call it 69.44. CLQ3. Let's get that on 44. We'll just leave her be. All right, let's jump back on over to the ES. So the ES has this potential move right here, but I don't know if I want to trade it. This one doesn't look as strong as the previous time that this set up. Mainly because you can see that it's dipped down reasonably below the 50 moving average. When this one here dropped, this one came right back up, broke immediately through the EMA 35, and then immediately through the 50. This usually looks a lot stronger than what we see over here, where it actually rejected on the 35. Rejections on the 35 tend to show a lot of weakness. At least in my experience. Okay, getting a 1226 crossover there. This looks like this could break the 35 now. There's a tap through it. There's a tap up to the 50. I don't want to jeopardize what I've already earned. So we're up 375.78. We're what, 500 and some change away from earning funding. $541.50 away from earning funding. So I'm going to take my time and make sure that we're doing this right here. I was posed a question by Pawn about a week ago, and Pawn asked me, he said, do I think that I feel compelled to overtrade as a result of being on the stream? And I've already talked about that. Occasionally, sorry about the alarm there. I actually have another one. I'm gonna turn it off real fast. Yeah, the pressure quote, absolutely. Yeah, so this is actually what I was getting to. That's why the pressure quote is there. So I had this thought. A member of ours, Pawn, had asked me, do I think that the reason why I tend to overtrade, or why I've gotten close to passing the evaluation and failed, was because I'm showing up to the stream and I'm feeling like compelled that I have to like make a trade in order to make the stream interesting. And I have had that before. But once I realized it, I began to move past it, which is one of the reasons why I reduced the amount of streaming days. What up, CZ? Good to see you, homie. That was one of the reasons why I had reduced the amount of streaming days from 5 days down to 3 days, was for that very reason, was because at times I was feeling compelled to continue to trade, even though I was already in good profits on the day. And so I was like, okay, wait, I need to make some changes there. So when Pawn actually reached out to me and asked that question, by that point I had already acknowledged this stuff and moved forward. But it got me thinking. It got me to continue to ask deeper. Just why? And the more I asked why, the more I was like, man, there's got to be some reason. There's got to be something that's happening there. And so I was like, damn. Is it because I'm getting close to funding that I start to get nervous or whatever? So I started looking up, like, why do people choke under pressure? And one of the things that happens is it's not necessarily like, even if you practice in real market conditions or etc. Or in real conditions, even if you continue to practice over and over, when it comes time and you realize that all eyes are on you, or there's this sort of pressure in order to pass something or accomplish something or achieve something, what happens is we actually become hyper aware. And that's what causes people to choke, is that they become hyper aware of the situation. We start over analyzing or overthinking. And it's more of like a dance. Like when you're dancing, you don't want to be thinking about the steps. You just want to dance and just move. And so I've come to sort of think about trading in that way in the last 6 hours. So it's a brand new concept for me. So I wanted to throw a shout out to Pond for asking me those questions and making me dig deeper and deeper and deeper, because that really does make a difference. Starting to get a breakout here. I think this may actually push up, and yeah, this is looking well. On the 22nd, this actually doesn't look nearly as good, just because the 20 and the 200 have moved closer together. But this still looks like there's an opportunity for a breakout here. But taking a look at the longer term chart here, I'm gonna give it some time. Even though that looked like a nice little pop there. 10-second called it right here on that 9-12 cross and on that cyan switch. But 10-second looks like it's gonna break out. 20-second looks like it's gonna fail. Kind of some conflicting info there. 1 minute looks like an ABCD pattern. Like these 20 tick swings. Those are pretty large swings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for, my hope is actually that the TTM on the 1 minute side will begin to stack up a little bit more. But more importantly, it would be for the 20-second chart to prove itself. Because if the 20-second chart proves itself, there's a high probability that the 1 minute chart will. So just some thoughts there about pressure and whatnot. Thinking of going short. Yeah, like that's what I was looking at too, is that like it on the 20-second chart, it looks more like failure. And when we're calculating like or when we're looking at those like moving average crossovers and whatnot, the 20-second chart tends to be a bit more reliable. So I could definitely see the short argument there. Short in the NAS. I can see the same thing in the ES right now, though. I haven't taken a look at the NAS. I can see the short in the NAS too. Yeah, there's a nice downward cross there on the 9-12-26 cross, and then the 5200 cross as well. There's that short. Good call, ZZ. Nice big contract dump there too. And dropping below VWAP. Nice call, ZZ. Very good call. Massive drop on the ES too. Should have shorted that. SPY is consolidating too much. If the SPY consolidates, my hope is that it actually consolidates around the volume weighted average price. Obviously, I don't have the SPY up right now. I feel like, can I even open the SPY on this? I can. There's like a yellow thing. Does that mean it's delayed data? I don't know why it's a yellow, like it's highlighted in yellow. Probably because it's not a future. Pretty heavy divergence there on the ES to the downside. Got a 20-second downward cross. Oh man, that straight called it out too, that drop. We're chilling up 375 on the day. So we're going to take our time, find something that fits the strat. I think we only took 3 trades. Yeah, only took 3. Our accuracy on the month is looking pretty good, about 85%. We've only lost 11 trades, but those 11 trades that we lost were huge numbers. $4,750 lost. $8,032.50 made. Gross, I should say. But the gross P&L though, after fees, yeah, it's $3,282.50. How is that possible? Because wouldn't that be funded at that point? Anywho. Let's see if we get a bounce here off the view app area. Nice, quick $400. Hell yeah, ZZ, man. That's awesome, dude. Good job. Was that on that short? That's badass, dude. All right, I think now is a good time to zoom out. ES just went red on the day. I don't know if that'll last or not, but whatever the case is, I think now's a good time to zoom out. I think oil is officially red on the day too, so both of them dropped. Take a look at the 5-minute chart. See what we got going on. 5 minutes on the sell-off too. One thing to note, now this might not even happen, but one thing to note is that the 50 moving average on the 5-minute chart. Now this, like I said, this might not happen because you can see there's a ton of sell-off now. It's dropping like a rock now. But this 50 moving average on the 5-minute side is working its way up towards the 200 moving average on the 5-minute side. And if this crossover takes place, which likely wouldn't happen for at least a half hour, if this crossover takes place, we'll likely get a retest of the highs. We're somewhere in that vicinity. Let's jump to a 3-minute chart. 3 minutes, very much on the decline on sell-off too, and then so you can see it there on the TTM. You can also see a 3-minute 9, 12, 26 crossover. It's quite a mouthful. I'm trying to get that out there. So more downward pressure as well. Three-minute 200 moving average is right around where we're at now, 43.87.90, and we're just below that by about $1. Wow, still dropping. Look at this sell-off, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-minute sell-off. All reds, besides a single doji. And typically a doji at the bottom usually means a move back up. It's not a strategy though. I mean, I've used it before for a trade, but it's not, I wouldn't consider it a strategy. More like a tactic. This is really fascinating. I was learning last Friday or so about the difference between tactics, operations, and strategy. Tactics focuses on the battle at hand, or the skirmish at hand, or the trade at hand. The operation would focus more on the entire mission as a whole, and so it's more focused on like large scale campaigns. So think like a bull run that's like a multi-day bull run where you're trying to capitalize on that bull run the entire time, and you're following a set sort of a set strategy over that period of time that fits that specific bull market. And then strategy is for the whole war itself, so much larger viewpoint and perspective on it. And the ES is just dropping like crazy. It's nuts. And so on that full view, this would be like your overall strategy that you use all the time, or the strategy to take to the trades for that day or for that week. It's just kind of interesting to think about. I was thinking about it in terms of trading or building a business or any other sort of thing that one wants to accomplish with great excellency. Wow, first green candle in like 10 plus minutes. That's crazy. So this started right at 7:30 on the dot and went all the way to 7:40 before we finally got a green candle at 7:41. Absolute craziness. This looks like it's going to continue falling. I mean, it makes sense. Usually when you get a rip up in the morning on the open, it ends up falling the rest of the day. I haven't taken any trades since the stream started. All my trades are previous to the stream. You can see them right here on this little section. I kind of just wish I went short and just wrote it. Lows down here at 43.75. It looks like it's finding some support here off 80. We've got 3 minutes or so of candles to prove that theory. I'll try and go back a little bit in the chart and see how that stacks up. So that's kind of where we bounced on the open. Was the same spot. There's a red to yellow on the 1 minute side. Okay, so I'm going to jump to the 10-second chart and see what we got rolling out here. 912 crossover, TTM popping up. Let's wait for this pullback. Join the bid here.
Order filled.
Bit of a pullback there. We gotta break through the 50 moving average. I actually don't love this trade, so I'm gonna try and just get out with a micro profit. And hands over the cover button. Okay, it popped up anyway. Took a little tiny profit on there, and I guess I could have kept it on, but because it rejected on the 50 moving average, I was hesitant to continue with that trade. Just because sometimes it'll reject heavily off the 50, so I was just like, let me out with anything. Okay, finally starting to push back up. I'm gonna pop in on the 20-second chart. So the 20-second EMA 35 was the rejection point. They're at 86.75. We might have room up to 88 where this 50 moving average is. We just got a TTM cyan candle on the 20-second chart. And this candle's about to end. That one ended doji, opening with a red on a 912 crossover here. Let's wait for this candle to close. Damn, should have followed the intuition. Intuition said to buy it. To go long. Which I attempted to, just a little late. EMA 35 acting as resistance again. I'm gonna join the bid
Order
here.
filled.
I'm in with just one contract, so I'm trading small on this. I'm gonna try to get out up here at 5 ticks. Up there, 87.75. It's meeting too much resistance. Try and get out at 87, which will only be 2 ticks. Is like nothing.
Order filled.
That eventually popped. It was only a single contract. So up 421.96 on the day. And $495 away from funding. This looks like this finally turning around. $200 moving average is going to be a heavy spot to beat on the 1 minute chart. They're at 89.50. Go down to 2 contracts. Just try and protect that green. Plenty of movement here. All right, so on the 22nd, we've got this crossover. 9 is above 12 pretty well. TTM is stacking up. We have resistance now at the EMA 50. So the 35 did not hold as the resistance, which is good. And now the EMA 50 is starting to act as resistance. Breaking on through it. Break on through to the other side. ES going back to flat on the day.
Order filled.
Grabbing 2 contracts there. Looking for that push up, but yeah, again, there's just a lot of pressure in this zone. $89 hitting resistance there.
Order filled.
Got out with a micro profit again. I'm taking very small profits right now, just because I'm really kind of scared of a contract dump here in this zone. So we've had so many green candles in a row now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on our 6th green candle after 10 green candles in a row or 10 red candles in a row. So I've been kind of just taking very, very micro scalps. Okay, this is kind of the moment of truth area here. I actually want to see this reject. I want to see this pull back to like this zone here, like 88. I would love to see that to actually reject on this for a moment. Reject for like a 1 full minute. Nope, no such luck. It's just gonna keep ripping up now. So at that point, though, it's not a bad thing. Definitely could have just held on through all these trades. My entries were good, but the timing of the exit was not. So what up, Juan? Hey, man, I was just talking about you, homie. Talking about that question that you asked me got me asking deeper and deeper and deeper questions. All right, we might see some resistance here on 90. We're at this 200 moving average on the 10-second chart, up 438.80 on the day. I wish that I had just taken this one trade and then gone for like 15 ticks instead of taking these 3 little micros. But you know what? I'm trying to protect that green. 43.91, 25. All right, so if we get some rejection in here, I actually don't mind it. I would be looking for this 5,200 cross on the 10-second chart next. 20-second. All right, on the 20-second chart, running into resistance on the volume weighted average price. And 1 minute side has 912 crossover, no 1226. Kind of looks a little bit like an ascending wedge just on this one spot here. If I pull back, though, it doesn't look like that. Pullback looks more like a cup and handle. So really a pullback back down to like 43.90 would be ideal. And then a pop off of that. 912 is crossing above the 26 there. On a cyan switch, this looks pretty strong. Wow, this ripped up a lot.
Order filled.
I'm in a 43.93. That ripped all the way up to 93.75, and now it's on the pullback, unfortunately. I was about to pull it off, too. Oh, well. This is the first red I've seen today. the moment. I'll make sure I don't overtrade this because, yeah, I bought into resistance on that. Intuition said to pull that off too. This is selling off pretty heavily. It should have been cut immediately. And here's where the overtrading comes in. 54.82. On 10-second chart, wait for a red yellow. We've got this crossover. It's very close. I'm gonna take a breath. Heart's pounding a little bit.
Order filled.
Took an additional contract here. So I'm looking to get out at 93. Watching this 10-second chart pretty closely here. We got to break above 91.50. I believe I got overzealous on that that push up there. Forcing me to hold through this pullback. Well, not forcing me. I could have cut it, but ooh, that's getting kind of heavy. I think I'm going to cut this. There's a 5200 cross, but I don't really trust it that much because the 9's not curving upward. Nine finally started coming back some on that crossover. 9's above 12. Like I said, I think we got to break 91.50 in order for this trade to even be valid. Okay, nice pop up there. There's 91.50. I gotta cut this. That's way too much of a drop. Come on, TTM. Where the hell are you? Rejected on that VWAP twice.
Order filled.
So gave up all our profits on the day and down 415. Amazing. Trailing max at 1142. So we'll be working back from that. I know exactly what I did wrong here. I bought into strength and bought into the resistance, and I bought into this VWAP pop. What I should have actually done is waited for the pullback and then the bounce on the VWAP, because this would have given me more confirmation that we're actually going to be going upward and not downward. So I know exactly what I did wrong there, and I'll keep at it. It's always very frustrating when you give back profits on the day, especially when you go from red to green. So, or from green to red, other way around. So we'll do it again. Pretty sure a portion of this was purchased off of FOMO as well. Just because I had seen so much rippage happen through here that I only got to take a very, very small piece of. So that trade was about 10 minutes long. It's starting to pop back up on ascending support. Let's throw this line in here. I think it's somewhere around here. Oil just started popping up. So oil's back in the green on the day, but below VWAP, and still falling down some. Oil does have a 5200 cross on the 1 minute side inbound though.
Order filled.
Taking a 3 contract trade on oil at the moment.
Order
All
filled.
right, we took that 3 and 7. That brought back about $200+. Big oil rip. Well, we love to be on the road with you. By the way, we got about 7 people hanging out. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. We're going to get back into green today, but I'm not going to push. I'm just going to take my time. Our top green of the day was $438, and took one pretty bad trade that we held way too long, and put ourselves in the red. And I'm working my way out of that, and I think we'll be okay there. We almost got a 5200 cross here on the 22nd chart on the oil, the Facebook. I'm gonna watch out for potential resistance here on the VWAP. But this looks pretty strong because of the TTM. 200 moving average is also dipping below VWAP. So I'm going to look for a pullback on this. We got a fresh golden cross on the 22nd chart. We're almost at 69.50. And so I don't want to get caught up in a sell-off right there. This looks like a full-on trend reversal though. You can see 69.50 acted as resistance already. Right here. What? I don't know what happened with that. There we go. By the way, y'all, if y'all are trying to earn funding in the futures market, check out either Elite Trader Funding or Apex. Apex is running a deal right now where it is 90% off for the first month, and then 80% off every month thereafter. And Apex, there's a link in the description for that, along with the coupon code to get that, get access to that. But Apex is pretty inexpensive if you're just trying to earn funding and you don't really need a lot of support. That's one thing I really like about Apex. Is it's very much sort of a do-it-yourself kind of inexpensive opportunity to be able to earn funding. But they're running a deal right now. It's 90% off for the first month, 80% off every month thereafter. Currently, I'm trading in Elite Trader Funding. I really like these guys in terms of their customer service, their Discord community, and some of their very unique plans that they have. But there's also a link in the description for this, as well as a promo code JSBEST that'll hook you up with the best deal that is available right now. So this is why I didn't buy into that oil pump, other than the initial trade, was just because I was looking at resistance there at 69.50 zone, and it did resist off that, pulled all the way back to VWAP, and I think we're probably looking pretty decent for some upward momentum now. Yes, it's still down in the 43.80s. So let's check oil on the 1 minute side. 1 minute's been on rip for a while. 5200 cross is inbound on it, and we're getting kind of a bounce off the 9 moving average on oil. Yeah, I did say 90% off, Tiny. Apex is currently 90% off right now. So if it's a $187 plan, you get it for $18.70 for your first month. After that, it goes to 80% off. So whatever 1870 times 2 is, plus taxes. You always have to remember that there's sales tax on a lot of things, depending on where you're at in the country or if you're outside of the country. All right, so oil got this pullback, 3 minute pullback here, and kind of finding support above the 200 moving average and above the VWAP. So I don't mind this for a long. Wait for this to load. I'm gonna wait on it for a minute or so. Just because these the TTMs in sell off on 20-second chart, and then the moving average crossovers look like they're gonna downward cross, in which case we might get a pullback, but I don't think it'll be anything substantial. My thinking is that this will still turn into an uptrend, but I have to wait for that consolidation and that confirmation. Not waiting for the confirmation is what put us in that bad trade to begin with, because I just was trying to ride that momentum, and I got FOMO and pushed myself more than I should have. And so we're gonna have to work our way, not just out of that, but not do that again. And that's exactly what this trade would have been if I had gone long off that. So I think it'd be less about that. It would have been more about that we popped up through the VWAP, pulled back to the 9 moving average and the VWAP, and then would have looked for a bounce off that. But this last one, the ES failed in almost the exact same way. 1 second, y'all. All right, we back. Oil pulling back too much. ES running in resistance at 43.85 area. We got a ways to go to work our way back out of red. Down 218 though, not bad. Some money for the $80 one. Yeah, I don't know, but Tiny, I just like, I'm not paying $80 on my Apex. I locked in that 80% off deal some time ago. So I pay like 40 for a 50K account, but once it's passed, then it goes to 80 a month, or they have a one-time fee where you can just buy it and you just own the paid accounts, provided that you don't fail, which I think is like 2 months worth of the 80, so like $160 or something. ES just looks like he's going to be bearish for a while. A lot of rejections showing up. Here's this 380, homie. Dang. Crazy. Yeah, bro, you can get a 50K account with Apex for like $20 right now. So it's almost like why not, you know? Yeah, there's a link in the disco though if you want to in the description if you want to grab one. And a coupon code down there that'll hook you up with those discounts. But like Elite Trader Funding, for example, like well, I mean, I don't know what size you're on. Like obviously that makes a big difference. But Elite Trader Funding, for example, I don't know, I'm on a 50K account right now with them. And I think I got this potentially on a 50% discount. I think they're currently like 30% off right now or 25, something like that. Apex is the one that's like super off right now. You can get a 300K account for what, $67, $68 for first month. And then after that, it goes to $135 for a 300K pre-tax. And make that distinction. But yeah, those discounts, those links and those discount codes are in the description for that. If you want to pick up some extra accounts, I like having more than one account because I like to always be able to trade. And if I can get 20 paid accounts, that's really what I'd be after. Yeah, I think Apex is trailing only. Elite has some options without it trailing. But I think Apex is only trailing. With the exception of the statics, I think they have a static. Yeah, so they have a static with no trailing, but Elite has some that have both trailing, and then they have some that don't do trailing. So they have like they have the end of the day drawdown ones. So this one has no trailing drawdown. And then there's the statics that have no trailing, and then there's the diamond hands at the bottom. There we go. So the diamond hands evaluation, this one also does not have a trailing. So they have 3 account types that don't have trailing drawdowns. The diamond hands one I think is pretty cool because it allows you to hold positions overnights and weekends, which I think is crazy. But I think this one's pretty awesome. It has a daily loss limit of 1,500 and a max drawdown of 3,500. But the profit target's only 5K. But yeah, I just say to each their own, and that's really what I say about it is that like go with the one that works for you. That's what's by far most important, in my opinion. What up, Juan? Yeah, ZZ Elite Trader Funding has a couple of end of the day ones. I don't think Apex does, but Elite Trader Funding does. Oil kind of finding support off 69. And the ES just struggling now. ES got kind of toasty. I really wish I didn't take this one trade. I know exactly what I did wrong, and it always frustrates me when I... It's funny because it actually frustrates me more when I know what I did wrong, because I know I made a mistake on something that I've already learned. That always frustrates me, like, a lot. So our peak of the day was positive 438, currently down 218 because because I also held this too long and didn't cut it immediately. All right, so this is pulling to that. So this was that support level, was around this 80, 4380 area. This area acted as support earlier and gave us that bounce. Now it's kind of breaking below support a little bit. There's a lot of stair step in there. Yeah, I think, by the way, recognizing that and calling that out is incredibly important. It's easy. Because there are plenty of times in situations where I've had to hold through a pretty heavy pullback, and I'm like, dang, I know I'm right in this trade, but it just is continuing to pull back like extra heavy sell. And then I'm like, I gotta cut it because I don't have the wiggle room there. And then it just rips right up. And I'm like, dang, I knew that was correct. My entry though, that 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 was really the issue. And so this has really made me focus a lot on getting the right entry points, which is pretty challenging to do, in my own personal opinion. Yeah, by the way, just so everyone knows, like I only bring it up about, hey, these are what I use. It's not financial advice or any of those types of things. But it's just what I use. And if you like it, if it fits you, and that's the most important part. If it fits you, fits your style, or fits what you're going after, then by all means, I appreciate it when you use the link because it supports the channel. It is an affiliate link, and then you also get hooked up too because you get the discount with the promo codes. But also, if it doesn't fit, by all means, please don't feel any pressure to do anything that doesn't fit. That's like, to me, like, it's never about pressure or any of that type of stuff. Like, I just want to present options and be like, here you go. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Either way, it's all love. You know what I mean? All right, this is finally. So this is oil. This is starting to pop up a little bit. Like, finally, I thought it was an ES. So oil popped up and then hit resistance on the 1 minute 200 moving average. It was right at 69.28. Kind of wish I bought that pullback there. I was still assessing stuff though. Oil ripping up nicely. Coming up on 8:30. Might see a volume push here. Oh my gosh. All I want to do is check the time. All right, 9 is getting above the VWAP. Let's wait for some pullback. We got a 5,200 moving average crossover on the 10-second chart on oil. Just got it on the 20-second chart. Looks to be some resistance right above VWAP there at 69.38. Let's check this 1 minute. All right, we have a little flag there too, right under the VWAP. Damn. It's kind of waiting for that this candle to finish. It's in about 10 seconds. Almost have a cyan switch. Got this flag right below VWAP. Pulling back to the 9 moving average on the 1 minute chart. And big sell off again. ES working on a comeback. Here we are at 8:30. $9.12 crossing above the 35 and the 50 moving average. Oil drop back down.
Order filled.
Taking a long here off 84 in the ES. Wanted to actually pull it off that 9 moving average. Looking for a move up to 85. There's 84.50.
Order filled.
All right, we got that trade. We're down 118 on the day, so we still got some work to get back. But we've come a long way on the comeback. Yeah, this has happened to me quite a few times. By the way, Pon, there was a cue that you asked me about a week ago about whether or not I feel that I'm over trading based off of needing to take trades for the stream. While that was true about a month ago, I started considering past that. That was one of the reasons why I reduced the days that I stream and the time that I stream too. Um, was to reduce the tendency to overtrade based on the stream itself. But one of the things that I thought about is often when I get close to actually earning funding, then I seem to choke, more or less, choke under pressure. And I was like, what's going on with that? And so I started thinking and learning more about that. And what happens is that it's actually a thing that happens frequently to humans. Um, when we get closer to when there's some sort of achievement that we are trying to achieve, um, and we've practiced the same stuff 1,000 times and whatnot, and it should be firing, like the neurons should be firing properly, the action should be happening properly. um, what actually happens is we become hyper aware and sort of get out of that flow state and sort of into this becoming very conscious of every action that we're doing. And so I actually was sort of thinking about this last night, and then I was like, man, I'm glad Pawn asked me that, because it made me ask deeper and deeper and deeper whys as to why this has been challenging to begin with. And so I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I think that it has something to do with the concept of actually achieving the result. So it's a mindset issue, I believe. And so because that's the case, there's clearly some mindset work that I have to do there in order to get past this. And it's pretty, I think it's going to be absolutely imperative and important to continue to grow that mindset and learn and understand exactly what's happening there. So we got a golden cross on the 10-second chart on the ES. So this happened, popped up once and pulled back. So I might grab a pullback entry on this. There's 85.25. Was kind of hoping to grab that 84.50 zone.
Order filled.
In 3 contracts at 85.25. Ooh, big drop, dump. I don't like that pullback. 85.75 acting as resistance for the moment. Happened back here too. So we entered in at 85.25. Just trying to get out at 87. I'm gonna try to get out at 86.
Order filled.
So it's a 3 ticker. That puts us down $18. Glad I pulled the 86, but it might pull up to 87. But we did get a 3 ticker on that. Trailing max is at 15.39, and we're basically back at almost break even on the day. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. We do gotta earn our stripes. Easier to recover from a $40 hit in the micros than a $400. You're not wrong, man. All right, we're getting some pullback now. So on the ES, this looked pretty good in terms of the. So we've got some time here for this crossover to take place, but I personally think that if this crossover, and it's a big if, because we've had a lot of volatility today, not nearly as much as last week, but still enough to be challenging. But once we get this crossover here on the 20-second chart, I think that we'll have room up to the volume weighted average price up here at 43.90. Let's take a look at this on the 5-minute chart. So 5 minutes going red to yellow. That's a good sign for a trend reversal. New 5-minute candle coming in, opening red, kind of fluctuating a bit. Jump into the 20-second chart. Oh, this is 20-second on oil. Dang it. Well, this actually popped up towards view app. Yeah, oil doesn't look bad. I always feel like sketchier trading oil. Like, I'm like, is it just gonna jump on? Like, just dump down all crazy? It's kind of funny. Resistance on the 200 moving average right there at 86. And rejecting. A lot of rejections today. NQ, big bear flag or head and shoulders? Let's take a look. Well, if it finds support here off that zone, like that 15K marker, then I would say it's an ABCD pattern. But if you're talking about it being a big bear flag, you can definitely see the channel, like the down channel. ES fell a bunch. So did oil. ES rejected its zone there. Even rejecting that support level there. But really 80 is the support. I'm gonna move this down some because that spot was actually marked from earlier on in the day. But really 80 is the support, which actually dropped down to 79.75. The 1 minute cyan switches on the ES have been very reliable. Kind of slow right now. Yo, you're up 4,014 on the day? Hell yeah, man. Good job. And Q is my wifey. My mic is lagging, like it's got a bad connection. That's weird. I wonder if it's actually my my internet. I've been having some weird internet issues this week. Like the last I don't know, 3 or 4 days I've been having just really spotty internet. Oh, you're 7 minutes behind the stream? Oh man. Well, hopefully that fixes whatever the issue was, but I have been having like spotty internet the last couple of days. Like last 3 or 4 days it's been like spotty. All right, so we're getting a bounce off the 80 area. That's kind of what I was hoping for and expecting. All right, let's take a look at shorter time frames. Just rejected off this 200 moving average twice. On the 20-second chart, 200 moving average is at 85.25. Almost have a cyan switch on the 20-second chart and almost have a crossover on the 1226. But one thing to note is the 35 is below the 50s, so that can create some sketchiness. My eyesight's starting to dwindle. Damn it. I don't want to buy into this because of that 200 moving average, but it does look like it's going to rip over it. Pull back to like 83.50 would be ideal. Nope, it's going for it. There's a 10-second crossover there. Another rejection for a moment there. Broke over the 200 moving average. Can we get a pullback? And I'm just gonna check the 1 minute chart. In 1 minute, throwing some cyan candles. This eyesight thing's kind of messing with me. I potentially need to be done for the day because the eyesight starting to get a hole in my vision again. $35 is getting above the 50. This looks like a good push. I'm gonna buy into it.
Order filled.
I'm just looking for the 3 ticker.
Order
There we
filled.
go. We got that. That puts me back green on the day. I'm only green $82. I got a long way to go to get back to where we're at 440. But my eyesight is kind of going out, so I need to figure out what's up with that for the moment. Probably get some lion's mane in me, and yeah, work on the brain again. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and call it there on the day. I do want to thank everyone for showing up. If you guys are not already in our Discord community, please join us. We do have some pretty awesome conversations. I saw over the weekend that Tiny was having some questions about trading, and Kendall was there to help her out, which is awesome. Origin code, appreciate you, homie. And yeah, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna jump into our Discord community. I'm gonna write my reflection and my results on the day, and I hope to see you guys in there. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. And peace out, y'all. Potentially might start it a little bit earlier than that because we've been starting earlier and earlier. Market's just there for it. So anyway, y'all, we'll see you then. Peace.